More than 100 million people are expected to tune in for tomorrow's Super Bowl. The game and halftime show won't be the only draws. Of course, you can't forget about those iconic and expensive Super Bowl commercials.
Got what you want, got what you need.
Yeah, here's a sneak peek of one of the ads you will see tomorrow when you're watching the big game. According to Advertising Age, a 30-second ad during Super Bowl 51 is going to run about $5 million this year. And in total, a record $385 million will be spent on advertising. Mr. Clean, it's kind of a favorite of ours already. It's not the only funny ad you're going to see this year. A lot of folks decided to go the funny route. And joining us to talk about this year's Super Bowl are Erin Keeley and Michael Hart from the local advertising agency Mono. We appreciate you guys being here.
Good to be here.
Thanks. You said this is really your Super Bowl, too, in your world, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
So why do you think, Michael, that funny is going to win out this year?
Well, first of all, it's entertainment, right? It's a Super Bowl. People want to be entertained. That's one of the reasons they watch the ads, is they know there are going to be some funny things, there's going to be entertaining things. And I think they expect to laugh. They want to laugh. And so advertisers take advantage of that. The other part is advertisers want to make sure that they do ads that are remembered, that people love, and because they get graded on it later and they want people to retain that thing. So you'll see a lot of humor. One thing to look for, though, is there's humor that you see at the end, you find out what the client is, and then there's humor where you see and you understand what the product is all the way through. And both Mr. Clean and the Skittles, you see the product all the way through.
We are. Let's take a look at some more fun stuff. Here's the ad from Skittles.
Katie. 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 Romance the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Erin, this is a good one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what's so great about this one is you don't expect it. You don't know where it's going, and it just gets funnier and funnier as it goes along.
And you were saying that this Super Bowl, we kind of expect to have a bit of a different tone this year than what we saw last year, where there weren't that many standout commercials.
Yeah, it feels like this year there's a lot of brands that are doubling down on humor, given kind of the environment, what's going on. There's a lot more sense of celebrity and fun and funniness and some wacky and goofy humor too.
There is a bit of a serious tone as well. Some companies are choosing to go that route. Budweiser shows a story about immigration and coming to the United States for the American dream. This ad is getting a lot of attention already. The hashtag boycott Budweiser has been trending on Twitter for days now. And we know that this was made before the election, right, guys? So, obviously they're planning months, if not years out for some of these ads. So, you surprised by Budweiser's move here, Michael?
A little bit surprised because this was part of the topic of the election, but they didn't, of course, know about the executive order. So I think that's going to be the surprise for them as they're navigating how intense that issue is.
And also a lot of celebrities.
You just keep going. Keep your focus and avoid the distractions.
At times, you may fall flat on your face. But technically, that's still moving forward.
You gotta pick yourself up, make some moves, and do it all with a smile.
Believe in yourself. You think that any of these folks believed that I'd make it?
Definitely not.
That was a rhetorical question, Daryl.
If you want to make an album, make an album.
If you want to make a universe, make a universe.
If you want to play the clarinet, maybe don't dress like this, but play the clarinet.
The point is, all dreams are within reach. All you have to do.
Yeah, so this is about chasing dreams, and we're seeing a lot of celebrities in this year's ads. And also, Kia decided to go the celebrity route as well.
Hey, Melissa, the whales need your help.
I love whales! Go, Melissa! Let's protect those whales!
All right, guys, celebrities work, right, Erin, every time?
Absolutely. And We're seeing a lot of them this year. Melissa McCarthy, and the use of her physical sense of humor and what she does really, really well is fantastic through the Kia spot.
And John Malkovich is also going to be a favorite, you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. John Malkovich is such a great actor, and what he brings to the ad for Squarespace is a perfect marriage of what that brand is all about and what he's personally pursuing and his passions, and it's culminating in a really, really fantastic spot, and it's like the best use of celebrity, I think, in this year's Super Bowl.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
No, it's not a joke. Listen, I'm trying to start a menswear line, a fashion line, and you have the domain johnmalkovich.com, which I very much need. Yeah, you think when people contact johnmalkovich.com, they're actually looking for you, or maybe they're looking for me. Listen, I really get out of my name. John Malkovich hung up. johnmalkovich.com has a temper.
So that's kind of, he's getting his bang for his buck there, right?
Right. Well, what's really great is a symbiotic relationship where he gets the publicity to launch his clothing line, and Squarespace gets the opportunity to connect with John Malkovich. It's really a smart strategy.
Okay, we feel like we talk about these commercials, days leading into the big game tomorrow. Why do companies want to leak this and get us all talking before we even see them?
It's a huge investment, but the investment in those 30 or 60 seconds goes so much further beyond those 30 or 60 seconds. And now we see the press and everything, and it's all leading up, even starting 2 weeks going up to the big game. And it's just really smart. One example I was reading a little bit about was the avocados from Mexico. And they employed an influencer strategy around their spot. They've already reached 1 billion impressions before the big game even starts, which is fantastic. It's a really, really smart strategy. There's still going to be brands that will hold out. We know that there's at least a dozen spots of commercials that we haven't yet seen. And that can be really, really smart if you think you have something fantastic that's going to get people talking. It can be a little bit dangerous if you get lost in the mix.
If it falls flat, that's it's another thing.
So there will be some surprises tomorrow and a lot of press around this live commercial as well that Snickers is doing too.
Yeah, no one knows exactly what's going to happen there. Live, there's always a chance something could go wrong, which is part of the appeal and part of the fascination with that.
Any predictions for next year when we host the Super Bowl? What the ads may look like then?
I think you're going to have another year of politics, and you're going to have another year of culture shifting in the times, and I think you might start to see some things that are a little more serious, a little more of the issue-based, and maybe a little heavier than last year.
Okay.
That's my guess.
We will see. But we look forward to some laughs tomorrow. We all need it at this point, right?
We will be having some laughs for sure.
Thank you, Erin and Michael, for coming in. Appreciate
Thank
it. And happy Super Bowl Sunday to all, right? Still ahead, a football standout from North Minneapolis is going Ivy League. See who JT Baker says helped him along the way and how his work off the field fueled his passion.